Hey, welcome back to my channel, where we read and discuss classic literature. And today we're going to be doing a summary of a very famous play called On Golden Pond by Ernest Thompson. This play premiered in 1979, and it went on to become one of the most produced plays of all time. So let's get right into our summary. The play is set in the summer of 1973 at a lake house in Maine. The main character is an aging but still feisty Professor Emeritus of English from a prestigious university who is spending his 79th summer at his lake house. He lives there with his wife of 52 years. Their daughter, her husband, and their 2 grandchildren come to visit for a week. But just before they arrive, the professor receives a phone call telling him that he is to have a new house guest, a 21-year-old young man named Billy, who will be staying with them for the entire summer. It turns out that Billy is the son of Ethel and Norman, the professor's ex-wife and current wife respectively, and although the professor hasn't seen Billy since he was a baby, he takes to the boy almost immediately, and even calls him my boy. Throughout the play, we learn that the professor has recently been diagnosed with terminal cancer, so he knows that this may be his last summer alive. We also learn that the professor and his wife are having problems in their marriage. She has become overly critical of him, and she complains that he does not understand her. They fight constantly, and she threatens to leave him, which she ends up doing after announcing that she is going to spend next summer living with her daughter instead of with him. One evening, the professor invites Billy over to watch the sunset with him. And when Billy asks him why he never married again after his divorce, the professor replies that he could never forget his first wife. We learn that he had been in love with another woman during his college years, but he chose to marry his first wife instead because he felt that she loved him more. This causes some tension between the professor and Billy, who begins to resent his father for choosing his mother over his first love. However, the two eventually reconcile after the professor admits that he chose his wife because he thought he would be able to fix her. He tells Billy that he believed he could save her from her past, but that he failed. He says, "I never stopped trying to fix her. Even after I discovered what a hopeless case she was, I kept trying." He then admits that he only married his wife because he thought he could change her, not because he truly loved her. After hearing this, Billy apologizes to the professor, and the two become closer than ever before. On the morning of his birthday, the professor goes outside to find that someone has been feeding the ducks on the pond. One of the ducks waddles up to him and lays an egg at his feet. He then picks up the egg and places it under the wing of a mallard, so that she can sit on it. After doing this, he walks back inside to get ready for his party. When the family gathers together that night to celebrate his 80th birthday, the professor gives each of them a gift. He gives his granddaughter a book of poetry, his grandson a leather briefcase, and his daughter a scarf that belonged to her mother. During the party, the family shares stories about the professor and looks at old photo albums together. The daughter's husband criticizes the professor for being a bad father and for never being there for them when they needed him. The professor admits that he wasn't always there for his children, but he says that he hopes they can forgive him. His wife joins in and says that he was always there for her. She then announces that she won't be spending next summer with the professor as she had previously told him, saying, "It's me who should be thanking you. I never stopped loving you." They embrace and make love for the first time in years. At the end of the play, the professor sits down by the golden pond, while the rest of the family sleeps. He takes the duck egg out of his pocket and throws it into the water. He then takes off his glasses and throws them away. As the sun rises, he lies down on the grass and falls asleep for the last time. There are many themes in this play, but perhaps the most important one is the power of love. Love is what motivates the characters to do most of their actions, and it is also what redeems them at the end of the play. For example, the professor's love for his first wife is what leads him to marry his current wife. even though he knows that she is not right for him. Similarly, his daughter's resentment towards him is rooted in his failure to show her love when she needed it the most. In the end, however, love is what triumphs over all these obstacles. When the professor's wife realizes that she still loves him and decides to stay with him instead of leaving for her daughter's house. Another important theme in this play is the inevitability of death. The professor is terminally ill and he is aware that he may not have much time left to live. This gives the play a sense of urgency, and it also makes the professor's relationships with his family more meaningful. He knows that he may not see them again, so he tries to make the most of the time he has left. Interestingly, the play was written by Ernest Thompson in 1979, but it is set in 1973. This was done intentionally to create a sense of nostalgia and to emphasize the play's themes of loss and mortality. A third important theme in this play is the importance of family. Despite all of their flaws, the professor's family loves him, and they come together to support him during his final summer alive. This shows that family is more important than blood ties or even death itself. There are many symbols in this play, but perhaps the most important one is the golden pond itself. The golden pond is a symbol of the beauty and tranquility of nature. It is also a symbol of the passage of time, as the rising and setting of the sun each day reminds the characters that time is passing and that life is fleeting. Another important symbol in this play is the duck egg. The egg is a symbol of new life and hope. It represents the possibility of happiness and new beginnings, even in the midst of death and loss. The fact that the professor gives the egg to a mallard to sit on shows that he is willing to let go of the past and embrace the future. If you enjoyed this summary, I highly recommend that you read the play for yourself. You can find a copy online for free. And if you want to watch a movie adaptation of the play, I recommend the version starring Henry Fonda. It's a beautiful film that captures all of the play's themes and symbols perfectly. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my videos. I also have a page where I share updates, pictures, and other fun stuff, so be sure to check that out too. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.